All right, I think we're live. Hey, everybody. We've had some technical problems today, so sorry about that, but my intrepid guests are ready to go, Jenny and Maggie. So we are going to get right to it. We're not going to wait for everybody. If you want to come back and watch the replay, that's fine. I am actually going live from my phone, which is good to know. My computer died, so we can figure out how to do this. So I see Christy in the chat. Is there anybody else here? Oh, there's Glum. Hallelujah. I wonder if
she knew we were talking about her.
We were. Whoa, there goes my computer, my phone sliding over. It's held up by my phone stand, actually. So, hey, Elaine. Hi, Charlotta. Hey, Teresita. They're telling me that it looks the same, so we're just going to go with that. Hi, Donna. Hey, Karen, Brenda, Christine, Linda. Hey, good to see everybody. Okay, we have such a great show today. That makes it even more annoying that it's not working right. But we do have an event, and in a minute, I'm going to ask Jenny to come on and explain it to you guys. I think it's really cool, and I think that it's something that, I don't know about everybody, but if you do any junk journaling or you want to get into junk journaling, our show is about junk journaling. So Jenny's going to talk about a little thing that's happening if you want to join, and then Maggie's going to show us how to do it. So I think we're all self-contained here. We're going to have a great time talking about junk journaling. Also, if you haven't checked our blog, all last month we were talking about ephemera and fodder and all the things that you can put in your junk journal. So anything that you want to know, go back and check that over at eileenhull.com. The team has been posting these amazing projects, and fodder can be anything. So we're going to talk about, well, probably Maggie's going to talk about that. So I am going to highlight Jenny, and she is going to tell us about this cool thing that she found.
Hello, everyone. So won't take up much of your time because I'm as eager to see Maggie's demonstration as all you are. So I spotted something. First of all, the reason for explaining all of this, I've noticed in the group, it's been happening for the past couple of years. People make all their journals or their Eileen journals, and sometimes you sell them, sometimes you gift them, and then other times you just hang on to them. And a lot of people say, well, now I've made them, what do I do with them? And that kind of sounds like a really obvious thing to ask. But to be honest, journaling for some people kind of comes naturally. And for other people, it's a bit, okay, never tried it, don't know what's involved in it, bit daunting. So really, this there's an event that's going on, which is a biannual event, which I've only just come across, although in fairness, it looks like it's been running for a few years now, highly organised. And some of you may even know about it. It's called Junk Journal, in this case, Junk Journal July. I know they do one in January as well, but Junk Journal July. So think of it a bit like, I know there's been a big thing about December Daily, that kind of thing, the lead up to, and writing things all down about your festive occasions. But this is more about grabbing your journals and just creating in them. And there's no set way of doing it. The reason it's called Junk Journal, don't worry, you don't have to rifle through your bins. This is just like bits of paper that you've got left over from projects or from scrapping or whatever it is, or from cards, or don't know, bits of magazine, bits of paper, but all sorts of different things. It's basically use up your stash, use up your bits and pieces, use up your ephemera, use your journal fodder, and just create something that's personal to you. It can be really hard to kind of think about what on earth you're going to put in it. So these guys are really organised. The person who's organising it, and I'll put links once this is all done, once I'm out of this, I'll put links in the group, but also in the chat here, so that you've got an idea where you're going. One of the ladies who's running it is called Meg Journals. So she's got a YouTube channel, Meg Journals, and also she's on Instagram, so at Meg Journals. She's based in the UK, but I know that she's got a whole team of people around, or creatives with her, who are going to be doing lots of different hints and journal techniques and catch-ups and things, just to give you ideas for how on earth to fill things in and what to do in your journals. They've also produced, not sure how well you'll be able to see that on the screen, but there is a link to it. She's actually got that on her page. Basically, it's a list of prompts for the whole way through July. Starts off with good vibes, pop of color. There's tickets and tags, folded out, layers, framed, all sorts of different things all the way through. And again, you can follow those prompts. If, like me, you think, oh, I'm not sure what on earth to put in today. Sometimes you're doing stuff, sometimes you're not. It's kind of great to have those prompts to push you along. As I said, there's loads and loads of ideas. So the long and short of it is, I know this isn't as busy a time of year as the lead up to Christmas and the festive period in December. So it's maybe a time to just sort of play, have fun, grab one of your blank journals, or maybe even make a new journal, whatever you fancy. Obviously, it kicks off on the 1st of July, but again, nobody's going to come out and haul you in front of the magistrate if you're not joining in on the first day or whatever. I'll put the link in the description for this Junk Journal July, and basically you join in, and if you join in, use the hashtag Junk Journal July. You can use that in Facebook, you can use it on Instagram. It'll maybe get picked up. A lot of it will get picked up by the people who are organizing it, so you may get highlighted. So yeah, all good fun. And yeah, one or two of us in the group are going to be looking. Oh yeah, Karen Beers did the January one. Of course, Karen did Karen is so organized. I mean, how can, yeah, absolutely. Oh, and so did Brenda. Yep. Fabulous. So there's people out there who are ahead of the game, and I'm just learning about it. So cool. Yeah. That's it really. I'll put all the links in the chat, and yeah, if you are taking part, or if you're just getting started or whatever, the other place it would be lovely to see, if you're doing anything, if you can pop it in the Eileen Hill fan club as well. We'd love to see what you're up to. Yeah, all good. Not something that Eileen's organised, by the way, so it's not a kind of an Eileen event or a Sizzix event. This is something outside, but ties in really nicely with all those lovely journals that everybody's forever seeing in the fan club being made. So yeah, that's it.
Great. Well, thank you, Jenny. All right, let's see. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, and all you have to do is post it wherever you're posting it, and then, you just say hashtag Junk Journal July, and then when you're in Instagram and you want to see what everybody else is posting, you just put that hashtag up there, and you can even follow it, and then you're going to see what everybody else is doing, and that will, help you be inspired and see what everybody else is doing. So, okay, great. Thank you, Jenny, for coming and for finding that, because I didn't know about it, but it's a great idea, I think. So we appreciate you coming. All right. Well, I think I don't have much except to say that I'm going on vacation next week. I will post if I can, but if not, then I'll just be with the kids and playing with grandkids, and maybe I'll put up some pictures. But that's all of my notes that I had to share with you. So I think, Maggie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, I'm just going to make Maggie be the layout here, and there she goes.
Hi there.
All right.
Hi, everybody. That is a great idea, Jenny. I think I'll see if I can't jump in and do some of that myself. But anyway, so today I'm going to talk about my style of junk journaling and my thought processes. I'm going to show you a few things that I've already done, and I'm going to show you how to do some things. Some of it might be elementary, but we have all levels of users. So who knows? You might learn something, or you might say, oh yeah, I used to do that. So let me turn the camera down and we will get started.
Look at you. That was fast. You are a whiz, Maggie.
There we go.
All right.
I have the perfect setup. Okay, so we'll start with this, which was on my blog and on Eileen's blog this month. But this was a signature that I made, and I tell you, it's looking like a fat journal, isn't it?
It's pretty chubby.
This is a signature that I made to put in a junk journal. My approach to junk journaling is to not use anything that's new, not to go buy any paper specifically for it, and not to use a particular collection. I just want to, I go through my drawers, and I've got stuff stashed everywhere, which I'm sure we all do. And I just try to pick out old leftovers. This is leftovers from a Prima cigar collection. This is Eileen's stamp. And you recognize, of course, the die cut stamps.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of metal, and I kind of forget about them. And I do love how they add to that. So these are, I think, Tim Holtz metals. And of course, cardboard. That's one of my favorite things. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. So I tend to combine a little bit of design paper. And I also use a lot of tea-dyed paper. This is design paper, obviously. This is tea-dyed. And let's just take a look at it. And I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a minute. But you can see it's got some colors. It's got some stencils on it. And this side is more of your traditional brown and all that. And I'll tell you how I did that in a minute. So let's see. Let's just kind of go through this. This is the stamp. What do you call that, Eileen?
That is the mini slimline. The tickets.
Yeah, that's the slim line, exactly.
Okay.
And I like that one and the other one. I love them both. They're just really great for making little bits and pieces to put in your journals. Oh, I even wrote myself some notes so I could tell you what I had here. This is the library pocket with the ATC I glued on the back as a background, and I just filled the pocket up with stuff. This is a nice tag.
Fun.
This is something that I found laying around. And I thought, oh, that'll look cute there.
It does. You were right.
Just a little stamp. That's one of my cleaner pieces of ephemera that comes from one of Eileen's stamp sets. Here's another one.
Oh, yeah.
Flowers. This is from Tim Holtz ephemera stuff. I don't know why I really like this. This is, again, is a stamp, or the die cut stamp, then a piece of paper which I stamped onto. Now, if you notice all the little messy stuff on there, I actually have a stamp that does that. And you can do it by hand too, but I have a stamp where I stamp to make things look old, used, and I just like that. Mm-hmm. While rifling around, I found another of the stamps which I had separated, and this one has been embossed, I think, with the buttons.
Nice.
And I had an M and an H laying around, so I glued that on there.
No, why not?
Exactly, why not? And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Just do it. Just grab stuff and put it together. This is the XL card case and pocket die. So I cut the pocket off and cut the back off to make it just a nice flat like that. And then a couple of these are the largest of the tags in the card and waterfall tag set.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a Tim Holtz stamp stamped onto one of Eileen's stamp dies. This is a little bit of, what do you call this stuff?
Like tulle?
Yeah, tulle.
Yeah.
Tulle ties into a cute little bow. And that's what that is, just tulle. There's two of them. And little stenciling, just Eileen stamp. Anybody recognize this paper? This is really old Prima from about probably 2012, maybe.
Why not? Yep. Another why not?
I bet you don't have this. This came off of a piece of clothing.
Oh.
See, I just saved these little bits and pieces because I thought this was a really cool tag, and I thought one day I'm going to use it, and so I did.
There you go.
Yeah, and I don't know, these are too clean to be in here. That's a piece of washi tape from 49 and Market.
Okay.
Now I really had fun with these. This is just I die cut the mini tickets.
I think that's the snail mail one.
Yes, it is. I die cut the snail mails. Okay. Then, no. First, I took a piece of paper and I put some tissue, kind of like you do with your napkins, only this is some Tim Holtz tissue.
Yeah.
And I tore it and I just put it on part of the paper. And I think I used matte medium to do it, but I think you could use gesso too.
Yeah.
And that's what all three of these are. They're just tissue coated onto, this one is cardstock. This is from a magazine. And so it's this page out of a magazine that I thought was pretty and colorful.
It is.
And then I just, after this dried, I let it dry really well. And then I ran it through and die cut it. So these could be torn up and they'd make really cute little tickets to stick anywhere.
Yeah.
Or whatever. For the time being, I just have them tucked in here.
I love that.
Yeah, I thought so. Another one of Eileen's tags. And you remember the credit card?
Yes, the
from a long time ago. So I cut a slot in the tag, backed it so that it made a pocket, and then cut two small tags and stuffed in there.
Cool.
This is a little piece of fabric or upholstery stuff that I had. Just stick it on there. This is a what do you call that?
A rub-on, maybe?
No, it's not a rub-on. It's actually
transparency.
Clear. It's transparency.
Oh, okay.
That I glued on. And remember when we used to do lots of things with the beads and things, that's left over from those days. So also fun using Eileen stamps onto this is the journaling card from the recent envelope.
Oh yeah.
So I just stamped onto these, put a little tab on them, just some extra little die cuts.
More,
I actually use my sewing machine, which is something I don't do often, but I just stitched this on here just because
I like the look of that. Yeah, that's just
I think the look of stitching is so great. I just hate to sew.
Yeah, I know.
I can't help it. But anyway, this is a leftover piece of the tablecloth embossing. This was die cut from something. I don't remember what that one comes from, but and of course then these are the envelopes with the tags in them. Cute. So I don't know. I really want to get through this. So this is the gift card holder, if you remember that from a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
And how about the needle book?
Oh yes.
Yep. So
wow.
The needle book.
That's a while ago.
Yes, it is. But I made a little pocket with one of the stamps and just a little tag into it.
That is, well, I want to give a hint that one might be coming back. We don't know.
Oh, that would be nice. That is such a cute little book. This right here that you see, this darker that looks like somebody set a leaky bottle of ink or something on it. That's actually a stencil that I have.
Oh.
So I just use dark ink with it.
Cute.
And there's the little junk journal stamp that Eileen has. And this is the journaling. What is this? This is the gift card that goes into the gift card folder.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Eileen has so many great dies that you can use over and over again and just dig into your stash. It's there.
Cute.
I was on a tropical beat on these two pages. This is a tag that I don't even know. It was just one I found in my drawer that I had discarded and thought, ooh, that's ugly. But now I like it. It's partly stenciled with stenciling paste, that collaboration that we did.
Oh,
Crafters Workshop, or yeah,
yeah. Okay.
Crafters Workshop, right. This was some of
That
their
looks
stenciling
pretty.
paste. Yeah. And
Yeah.
you flip this up and there's
Oh,
Eileen's
look at
stamp,
that.
which I like this one a
Yes.
lot.
Aw.
And a library pocket and some more Tim Holtz ephemera. And these are little ephemera
Oh,
cards. I have no idea where they come from. They just grow in my stash. I think they
they're pretty.
multiply. They're like rabbits. Okay, so this is a tea dyed paper, if you can see a little bit, but
Yeah.
notice the yellow on it.
Yeah.
That actually comes from sprinkling turmeric on it,
Oh,
which I thought
cool.
was very interesting. It had pretty nice scent too.
Mm.
So over here, I had a burpee catalog. So
Oh,
I made
yeah.
a library pocket out of one of the pages and die cut 2 little things there. And then I made a bunch of little flowers from Eileen's dies
Oh,
and just
fun.
stuffed them in the pocket. So
They're
this
ready
is,
to go.
yeah, this is kind of my ephemera collection journal where I can
Yeah.
pull things out of this and use it elsewhere.
Yeah.
This was a piece of scrap paper I found in my scrap bin. This is also
Pretty.
from the Burpee catalog and Junk Journal Maker. I love that stamp. I did absolutely nothing with this other than ink it. It was just a
Wow.
leftover.
Cute.
And then I had all these leftover journaling cards. These are all old Prima journaling cards from,
Oh,
yeah, a
cute.
long time ago. And I cut little
Oh,
tabs.
yeah.
I don't know. I was just
Yes.
being silly. I didn't want to do anything fancy to put it together, so I used these tabs to put it together.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's so smart.
Yeah, and I'm lazy. I didn't need but one. I got one
Yeah.
on this side and one on this side. That's enough,
Yeah.
right?
That's all you need.
That's
Oh,
right.
that's adorable.
So that's a little book. So okay, so that's kind of my style of junk journaling. I really get junky. I try and find old things, and that's what I like to do. So now let's talk a little bit about tea dyeing and coffee dyeing.
Yeah.
It's very easy to do. You just brew some very strong tea or coffee. Mine really wasn't that strong. I don't drink tea or coffee, so I don't know. I guess I'm not very good at it. But I don't want it super dark anyway, so that's
Yeah.
fine. So you brew your tea, pour it into a pan, and then you can take, this is copy paper right here, just plain old ordinary copy paper. This is mixed media paper. But you can use most anything that will absorb the color from the tea or coffee dye. Now, if you can see on this one is the stencil. Well, it's not a stencil. It's the mini slimline die. So I had die cut a mini slimline, and then you just lay it on the paper. And it leaves this impression like that.
Wow.
These little rings are coffee cups. So just take your coffee cup, dip it in your tea after you've dipped your paper and set it down. And it makes coffee rings.
Cute.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
These little splots on here are loose leaf tea.
The
little black specks. Okay. Here's more coffee rings. Now, okay, so after you've dipped your paper, then you put it on a flat sheet, a cookie sheet or something like that, and put it in the oven at about 275. Do not leave the room. Watch it.
Yeah.
You don't want it to catch on fire. It only takes 3 or 4 minutes for the paper to get dry. So that's why I say don't leave the room. Stand there and watch your paper. Don't catch your oven on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing particularly pretty about this paper, but once you transform it into a junk journal, it becomes really cool. Now, notice here we have a stencil from, this is the heart mandala. And here's a similar one, but what I did was after I had dipped my paper in the tea, I then laid the heart mandala on top of it. Well, that heart mandala had been used for God knows how many things. It had been used for a stencil, it had been inked, and that's how the color transferred.
Wow, cool.
Yeah. And this is another one. So I haven't used this one yet, but look at here. We've got green and pink. So this will be fun to play with.
Yeah.
More coffee cups. And here's another one, a real nice impression of the die. And so you just put it on your paper. And here, I kind of jiggled it around. So you've got these swirly effects. Another thing you can do, that's this piece. Crumple your paper and then flatten it back out. And then you've got wrinkles in there.
Yeah, neat.
Yeah, now after it comes out of the oven, it may be curled up a bit. You can iron it to get it to be flatter. So that's always a good thing. So this is kind of the base for my junk journaling. This, and then I'll usually pull out a few pieces of design paper that looks particularly vintage. Okay, so somebody asked, do I bake or can they just dry? Yeah. They probably can. I've never just set them aside to dry. I put them in the oven for just a few minutes.
I found when you put them in the sun, they dry really fast, and I think they give a darker impression.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know if that's right, but I've been doing that.
And I am not an expert at this by any means. I've done it a couple of times when I was making junk journals, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's very fun. And I like how it just kind of ages that copy paper so it's not that bright white like too much,
Exactly. And that's what I wanted to get away with. So now we're going to talk about distressing and tags. And so I've got this tag in particular I cut from one of my tea dyed. And see how yellow this is? This is from putting turmeric on the paper before I put it in the oven.
Why?
I know. I thought that was pretty interesting.
It is.
So we'll start with this tag right here. I die cut this tag from a Brooklinen catalog flyer. Brooklinen, they sell sheets.
That's
and I just thought that was pretty.
It is.
And it had stuff on the back that I didn't like, so I covered the back with a plain one. But now that's much too pretty to put in my junk journal, so we're going to distress it. Now, this is a Tim Holtz distressor. I don't know. You've probably used these. Maybe you haven't. But to me, distressing is one of the first ways to get things looking really old. And this you just rub along there. Now, that's a great one. I have to be honest and say this is the one I love the most, but unfortunately it's not available anymore. Yeah. But because it not only does your edges, but it does this. Yeah. However, you really don't have to even have a distressing tool. Take a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
Same thing. You really don't even need to have anything special. In fact, sometimes I like my scissors even better than my tools. So just scrape those edges good. And then wrinkle it up a little bit. I always kind of put myself in a mind frame. I say, I found this tag in the attic. It's been there since 1875. And then I try to imagine, well, if I did, what would it really look like?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be white. Now, we all know that.
No.
It would have some dark colors to it for sure. So here I have a bit of distress ink. I'm using Vintage Photo. And I'm just going to age this thing up real good here. Yeah. See how pretty?
Yeah.
The camera is picking up white more so than it is. It's not nearly as white and real as it looks on the camera right now, but you can see it's already aged. And how long did that take? 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And we can do the back as well.
Carol is saying she cuts things from magazines and advertising leaflets. She found some carrier bags that are so pretty she's using them in her next journal.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't subscribe to any magazines anymore because I found I wasn't reading them. So when I
Yeah.
started looking around for some stuff, my choices were limited. But honestly, with all the junk mail we get, there really are
Yeah.
plenty of things. So now we've taken this nice bright white and we've turned it into a vintage aged looking something. And
Yeah. Pretty.
anybody remember green stamps?
Oh yeah.
When I was
They were fun.
cleaning out my mother's house, I found a
Oh,
whole bunch of green stamps and green stamp books and yellow stamps.
yeah.
I don't know who had the yellow stamps. Maybe that was Apple A&P.
Oh, maybe.
We always called it the apple and potato store. But anyway, let's just glue this on the back. What the heck?
You could have turned them in, Maggie, and gotten a toaster.
Not now, unfortunately.
Yeah, too bad.
I did 1 year. I saved up my green stamps, gosh, forever, because I didn't have any money, and I used them to get Christmas presents.
Oh.
Nothing worse than being a poor, college student.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so there's that. We could put a little piece of lace on it, whatever. Just, it's good. Maps make great ephemera and tags, and same process, just junk them up a bit.
Now, is that backed with something?
Yeah, the map was pretty thin, so I glued it onto just a plain piece of white cardstock.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, as a tag, it really wouldn't hold up very well. So I did that. And here's a nice little saying. It says, "Be happy for this moment. This moment is your life." So let's just
that is
distress this up and ink it. Okay. And you can even put a little rip or tear or just, I don't know.
Make it authentic.
I always go for the old look. That's that's me.
That's cool.
And I've been saving this one for this because it goes so pretty on there.
Oh yeah, that does look pretty.
Yeah.
And what was that? Just a little piece of cardstock, or?
Yeah, this was someone that I buy from. I think it's the Funky Junkie. She always includes ephemera cards and things like that in her order. And I have a feeling that's where that came from. Mm-hmm. And this I had not backed yet, so it's too flimsy to get a good hold on it. So just do it like this. And of course, you don't have to distress the edges of everything.
Yeah.
It was tucked into a cigar box and didn't get torn up like the others.
Yeah. Nice story.
That's my imagination.
Well, that is what's fun about this, because it brings back, like, everybody's talking about S&H stamps and how that brings back such fun memories of licking them and putting them in the book, and so it's part of it.
Yes, exactly. And I have these little mind trips going on in my head when I'm doing this, like where it came from. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you all do that too?
I do.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to think about something when you're doing this stuff. So I make up stories, and I always think of my grandmother's attic, which was hot.
Oh, yeah.
But there was always stuff up there, and it was fun to go up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
poke around.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I like that. Now
I like that too. It's really pretty.
Yeah. And I'm not going to do all of these because that's not really necessary. But okay, so here
Well,
is one of the slimline.
That's the skinny mini. Yeah, the slim. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
and I
it.
already
Slim one.
stamped it, and I did a lousy job stamping, but oh well. It's a junk journal, right?
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
So,
there's-
and this is one of the ones that I made where I cut a piece of plain cardstock and then added this strip of tissue paper. So I'm going to
Neat.
tear this apart
Oh
because
yes,
I
that's
just
fun.
want this. And I actually think I would have liked black ink with this, but that's all right.
Oh,
But see, that just makes a cute little something. And
yeah.
let's see. Airmail. Yeah. And then I'm gonna, this is airmail stamp, which was in one of your stamp sets, Eileen. And
Right. I think.
so I'm gonna glue that. That's one thing I really like these stamps for, is for gluing words and things on.
Mhm.
Whoops. Come on.
Yeah, that's good glue, so you can kind of move it around a little.
Exactly. I got some new glue. When I was at that scrapbook store in Georgia.
Yeah.
What's it called? Barely There? Barely
Oh,
Art?
Barely Arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barely Arts.
Yeah,
What do
that's
you
pretty.
think of that?
It's good glue. She told me that it didn't clog, the nozzle didn't clog up overnight.
Oh.
I haven't found that to be 100%
Oh.
true, but it does
Yeah.
not clog easily, and it does unclog very easily.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, but
That's something good right there.
yeah, it is. So here we have a little tag. We can, let's put it over here. That would look nice.
Yeah.
So bits and pieces, that's what it's all about.
Mhm.
There.
Yeah, that's cute. Perfect.
Yeah, that's cute. It's crooked. We need the undo, but I won't for now.
Well, that's all right.
And then all these little things right here came from a sheet of paper from somebody, and I just cut them out, and I thought they would be pretty. Oh, let's see.
They would.
Yeah, let's do this. I love these stamps.
They're fun to tear, I think.
They are. So my mom and dad had a secretary.
Yeah.
A furniture piece of secretary.
Right. Yeah.
And it had the little drawers and little cutting holes and the fold out.
Yes.
Oh, I remember that my mom would give me the Publishers Clearinghouse junk mail.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd sit at that thing and play secretary.
Those were the days.
Yeah, I was probably 6 or 7 years old, and I would sit there and tear those stamps up and that paper and just have a ball. So now that's pretty too.
It is.
So basically what we've done here is I've taken a pile of junk and turned it into what I think is some cool stuff.
I do too.
Yeah, so we've got we've got 3 tags going here, and this one, well, we could put that one on here, but this needs to be aged and so on. But I'm not going to bother doing that right now. Yeah. Let's move on. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So there's one thing to do is gather up your stuff and turn it into art, little pieces of art. Go into your scrap bin and save things. If you see something pretty in the mail, hang on to it. Mm-hmm. That tag that I showed you that was from a piece of clothing, I've probably had that 8 years.
Wow. Well, it was worth hanging on to.
Yeah, because it's a cool tag. Yeah. All right, now we're going to do some different techniques here. This is a piece of cardboard. Spray it well with some water. We're going to peel the facing off.
Uh-huh.
And whoa, yeah, I sprayed it good. I got water all over the place. Okay.
Can I just say, Paula, you can get those the stamp dies. They're called either snail mail or mini slimline over in my Etsy store. It's called Eileen Hull Etsy Shop if you're interested.
Yes.
Thank you for the public service announcement.
Okay, so we're going to let that sit for just a minute because I want the water to soak into the cardboard. And I may have showed some or all of you this in the past, but I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
I want some flowers, and I don't feel like fussy cutting them out.
Oh.
So I am taking a paintbrush with a fairly thin brush, and I am brushing a thin line of water around the outline of this flower.
Oh.
Okay.
See, that's how I do my napkins, but I didn't think of doing it with paper.
Oh, well, it works great.
Ooh.
Now, I don't imagine it would work as well on a real heavy type of paper like 49 in Market has beautiful paper, but it's very heavy.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how well it would work on 49 in Market. I've never tried it. It might. You probably just have to use more water and be a little more patient.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm just going to tear this out.
That's a great tip.
Yeah.
You know what I like about it? That the edges are kind of deckled and feathery.
Yes, that's what I like. It's, for lack of a better word, it's kind of antique.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty.
Oops. And sometimes you know, it dries pretty fast, so go back over it.
I think it's amazing too, daiquiri flow. Marty is saying, "Oh my gosh, you have changed my world with that."
Oh, Marty, hi there. I didn't see you.
Leslie says, "Who would have thought?"
Beats the hell out of fussy cutting, doesn't it?
Yes. Oh yeah, and it more fun. You know, it's almost like painting and getting a pretty. It's almost like you're picking out what you want out of the design. I don't know.
You can really do it so that you have as little or as much white showing. I'm doing this really fast, so it's not probably quite as perfect as I would have done it, you know.
Yeah.
But you get the idea.
Yeah.
So that took no time at all.
Oh, that's tip of the day. Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
All right, now let's go back to our cardboard here.
All right.
And let's rip some of it off.
That's cool how it wet through some of it, but not all of it.
I actually want to leave some of the facing on here. So there you go.
Yeah, pretty.
See, that was really easy. Just a little water.
Yeah.
And then I think I want to put a little ink on it.
Mm-hmm. Carol says corrugated cardboard makes great tatty tags, which I'm not quite sure what those are, but they sound cute.
They do. I'm going to hit this with the dryer for a minute. Hold your ears.
Okay. All right. Oh, poor Linda. She wished she had known that before cutting wedding parts for a wedding journal. Oh, well.
Instead, what I'm going to do while these edges are wet, I don't like that clean cut. So I'm going to actually add a little more water to it so that I can tear it easier. Well, I thought I could tear it easier. Jeez.
Doesn't want to go.
There we go.
Okay. She says that means scruffy or junky. Okay.
Okay, there we go. That's better.
Yeah.
Now we can ink up that edge.
That does look a lot more vintagey.
Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so now we've got a piece of cardboard here. We've got flour. Now, let's dye some lace.
Oh.
Okay, and you can kind of do this two ways. I'm going to sprinkle, mist it with some water. And then I'm going to ink it up a little bit.
Great.
And then I'm going to scrub up my mat with it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to add a little bit more water.
That's cool. I've done that with seam binding, but I never did it with lace.
Works great with seam binding also.
Does that need to be cotton, do you think, or could it be any kind?
Well, cotton obviously is going to absorb the best, but I think anything, as long as you can get it, I think so. I think you could use it with different kinds. If it's too dark, you can blot it while it's still wet and see it lightens up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and let's be brave and let's just add a little
color
touch of green, just a touch. And mist.
All right. Leslie says they do work on poly cotton pieces too.
Okay. So now we've got a little bit of lace there.
That's pretty.
I have a friend that all she ever does is buys plain white seam binding, put it in a plastic bag.
Oh, yeah.
A couple squirts of mist, couple squirts of water, close it.
Oh, yeah.
Now you've got yellow ribbon without getting yellow fingers.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot too. I could have squished it around some more and it would have been all solid yellow, but I think that's a very cool trick.
It is.
Just a little sandwich bag or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, what else we got over here? Oh yes, a piece of paper.
Got a lot of bags of tricks there, Maggie.
Okay, so this is going to be the front page of my signature or journal, whatever I'm building here. And there we go. I do want to just stress it a little bit, the edges. We're supposed to have severe storms today, so I'm very thankful that it's holding off, because I was afraid we would lose power and then who knows? We'd be going, where's Maggie?
Well, we had problems here too. It's maybe one of those days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, I am definitely doing this at warp speed. I don't normally work this fast, but yeah, let's put this on here. Whoops. So we're going to make a cover now.
Okay. An insert book cover?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is like a signature.
Yeah. Okay.
No. I need to dry this. Hold on.
Okay. All right, Linda, that's okay. We're just doing some junk journaling. If you want to watch this, you can always go back and watch the replay. Not a problem. Okay, Maggie turned off her noise. You don't junk journal, but you sure can use all this in card making. That's great. Yes, the vintage color vibe. I know.
Okay.
Got it. Okay, she's back.
Yeah, I just turned it on mute so you didn't have to listen to the dryer.
Yeah.
Okay. I would use fabric glue for this, but it's on the other side of the room, so.
Yeah, forget it.
This is for show and tell anyway, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just leave that ragged. Now let's put a flower on there. Oh, let's
Yeah.
scoop this flower a
Pretty.
little bit though.
It's amazing how much just a little bit of shading can make it pop out, you know?
Yep. And by inking things, you're actually giving them a little bit of dimension because the
Yeah.
inking serves to act as creating a shadow.
Right. Yeah, because I was just thinking the white and the white of the background are similar, but when you just do that little edge, it's really pretty.
So there's a flower. Now.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, now you have dimension. Nice. Oh, there's Diane. Hi, Diane. That's okay that you're late.
I don't know if these flowers are going to stay on here or not. I usually use hot glue, but my hot glue is not hot at the moment, so
that should work. Oh,
it should. It just probably won't work in the time that I want it to.
Oh, well,
that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, now
that's so pretty.
Come on, get in there.
I love that some of those are dimensional, so it looks like a little arrangement there, you know.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, you do that a lot on a lot of your projects. Really.
Yeah, me and flowers kind of go together.
Yeah.
Now we're going to do something else that's kind of fun. We can take a little bit of white paint.
Ooh.
And we're going to do a little dry brushing. This is a stippling brush. And so you want to stick it in your paint, and then you want to kind of get most of it off. Okay. And then you're just going to kind of dry brush things.
Pretty.
And I like to dry brush the flowers too, but they really need to be still.
Yeah.
But we'll just pretend, okay?
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty.
So I usually keep a tissue beside me that I can kind of blot my paintbrush on and kind of do my thing.
Yep. Is that wet or dry?
The brush?
I know the paper towel.
Oh, it happens to be moist, but doesn't need to be.
Oh, okay.
It's one I used when I was cleaning my fingers from dyeing the ribbon. So it was there because it was there. It got used.
Yes.
All right. So you kind of get the idea. Ooh, I just stuck my paintbrush in glue. That was not too wise.
No.
Okay. So there you get that. Now let's try something else that's kind of fun. Okay, I've added just a squirt of water to this white paint. And I have a fan brush, which just works well for me. And this works sometimes.
Yeah.
And
I
sometimes.
have that too. Yeah.
We are going to attempt to put some white splatters on this paper.
All right. Let's see how you.
Oh, yeah.
Is it working?
Yeah. You might not be able to see it too much, but I'll hold it up.
I'm on my phone. Okay. Oh, yeah. I see. Oh, yeah. That is so pretty. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. So just paint with a little bit of water to make it loose enough that it'll flick off your paintbrush. There's lots of ways to do this. This is just what works for me.
Yeah.
So now I'm covered in white paint. And all right, so that's the cover. So just for fun, let's do this. because you'll be able to see it a lot better. There's a little black paint. Woo! A little water. See if I can get my paintbrush reasonably clean. And let's try this. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
I love paint splatters.
Yeah.
That's a cool look, you know.
It is. Sometimes it makes me nervous. Like if you,
yes,
do something on it and then you ruin it, or you
Yep.
have a big old blob.
A big old black blob comes out. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just,
Yeah.
you've got to embrace your mistakes.
That's true.
They're not mistakes, they're opportunities.
I know. That's, yeah.
When all else fails, cover it with flour.
That's true. I think I learned that from you.
That's my motto.
It's good. It's a good one.
Splatters just look really nice as an aging technique.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I thought I would share that with you.
I like the white, though, I have to say.
The white, I think, the white really lends itself to a shabby chic appearance.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I like the white too.
Yeah.
Okay, just let me see. I need to clean my mat just a little bit here.
Jenny says you need a bath, but it's worth
yes,
it.
I probably do. Thank God I've got your apron, Eileen.
Oh, good.
And I am wearing it today.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Aw.
Okay, so this is nothing really big and earth-shattering, but back to the using junk. So this is a piece of paper that was hanging around. I think I laid down a stencil on it. It went through the copier at one time, and I printed some recipe cards on it. But this is another flower that I did the paper technique with. And see, we could glue this on here. Let's glue it. Let's see what we can do with this. Real quick.
Yeah, there's already yellow.
Right.
Christy is saying she tried an old soft toothbrush for the splatter technique.
Yes.
And the results are magnificent. Okay.
I know some people use that. Some people use those silicone brushes that have the long hairs on them. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Like I know.
I have one. I confess I've never used it because I think I would make a humongous mess.
Too big. Yeah.
So I think you just have to find what works for you.
Right.
And the paintbrush thing works for me.
Yeah.
So I tend to stick with that.
Use what you have. Yep.
But a lot of people use the toothbrush and then sometimes they run something along the toothbrush, the bristles to make it.
Right. Yeah. Christy's saying run your thumb down the bristles and it sprays well.
Yeah.
Susie is asking if you have used beeswax at all in your journals.
No, I haven't.
But it would be fun.
It would be. I read something on that in a Somerset magazine, maybe?
Oh, yeah.
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
So many techniques to try, you know?
I know. That's the thing. And in a journal, you could do a whole book of techniques. I mean, that would be fun.
You could. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's already looking kind of cool, isn't it?
That's pretty.
Oh, what else we got here in my bag of tricks?
Felix the cat.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's see, we need some ink. So as you can see, I'm just literally grabbing things and putting it together and hoping for the best. And
neat.
You know, that's not how I scrap normally, but this is fun because it frees your mind so much, and you can stop having to be so perfect. And you know, I just enjoy that.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody who's putting all your tips here in the side. in the comments. So go back and take a look, because there's some really good things in there, but I don't want to interrupt Maggie as she is creating. So just tune into the chat and take a look. That's great. And thanks for sharing. You're going to get that in there if it kills you.
I am.
It's cute.
Yeah,
Now, is that metal? I can't see
no,
what that is.
This is all paper.
Oh,
This
okay.
is metal. This is metal.
Oh, all right.
And I
I'm
just
looking at
set
a
that
tiny
there
phone.
for fun.
Okay.
So,
So do you have like a technique for arranging? Because that's where I have my problems. Like I look at it and it's like, where do I put all this stuff? You know, you just keep trying it, or
yeah,
how
pretty
do you?
much. I mean, you know, the rule of thumb is odd numbers. 3
Yeah.
flowers, 5 flowers, 3 embellishments, 3. I don't know why, but odd always looks better.
Yeah.
But
I know
beyond
in
that,
flower arranging. Yeah.
no. I know one time I said I was going to do a class on combining pattern papers, and I haven't done that. So I need to get that together, because that would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah. If everybody's interested in that.
Yes. Susie is asking about what the best way is to attach metal.
I use E6000 glue.
Yeah. Okay.
And I do 2 things. I use E6000 to hold it permanently, and I use a little bit of hot glue to hold it temporarily. So I put a little hot glue and a little E6000, because you need something to hold it while that E6000 is drying.
It's setting. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So, and that works really well, actually.
Okay.
So I don't know. Here we've just I'm just tucking some stuff
See
in.
where it goes.
You know,
seems to fit. Yes, Barbara. The comments are on Facebook, so if you want to go back and watch the Facebook comment, there's more people watching on Facebook, so that's where we have a lot of the comments. And Maggie, people are saying yes, they would love pattern paper tips.
Okay, I will put that together. That comes from my years of working with Graphic 45.
I bet, because that is some busy paper, so you would know.
Yeah, it is. It's very busy, and I really think there's a technique to combining patterns to make it look really good. So I think that's enough of that. But as you can see, you can just start putting stuff together, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And if it doesn't,
pretty.
Then you throw it in the trash can and start over again.
Or put some more stuff on top of it.
Exactly.
I think I'm getting the hang of it here.
So that's well, one other thing. I know you all have probably tried this, but if you haven't, these kind of dies from Eileen make great stencils. And so I just cut this out of a very thin, so I don't know if it's cardstock or shirt stock, you know, like shirts, but anyway.
I found that those mailers that you get, you know, those heavy duty, like realtors or, you know, the card, they cut really nicely. They're a little thicker, but they hold up for more, and they're shiny, so you can kind of wipe them off.
Yeah, that sounds definitely like a winner. So
that's pretty. I like when you kind of rearrange them, you know, fill in. Yeah, that's pretty.
There. So, okay.
Cool.
That's pretty much it. I hope you've learned something today, and
yes,
it was fun.
Yeah, good. Let me come back on, guys. Wasn't that fun? Oh yeah, Maggie, thank you so much. You know, the tip about the paintbrush and the water around cardstock or a light card, that alone was worth the whole thing. I think a lot of us felt like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody's saying thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You rock.
Most welcome. I so enjoy doing this. Honestly, I really do. It just I like sharing.
Yeah, you're very good at it. So it's fun to see how somebody works. It's just fun to watch the process of it. And I think even if, you haven't done it before, if you've wanted to, just kind of go through some of these exercises that Maggie has shared. And then, if you want to do that junk journal July thing, I mean, it's a month. What can it hurt? And you have tips for what to even use as a focus on each day. So I hope you'll give it a try, maybe share it over in the fan club too. And, let us know if you're working along with us. I'm going to try and do, but I know I'm going to be on vacation, so I'm not going to take on the stress.
Yeah.
But if I happen to, why not? And I'll
if you
definitely
do some, a day or
Yeah.
two here and there,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I guess as a parting word, the only thing I would say is don't be afraid to try. Don't try to be perfect. Just
Yeah.
grab some stuff and play with it. It's very releasing. It feels really good knowing
Yeah.
you don't have to follow a formula. It
Yep.
doesn't have to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Really, because I like to do pretty things. I think you know that. I do a lot of
Yes.
really pretty things, but I also like to look at my hands.
Yeah. Wow. Good one.
And this is, to me, this is pretty in its own way,
It
but I
is.
wouldn't call it elegant.
Well, I don't know. You get to a certain age, it's like, well, not every life is not perfect, but
Well,
it's kind of
exactly.
fun,
And old things are pretty too, aren't they?
That's right.
Okay.
Well,
Thanks, everybody.
yeah, thank you for coming on, Maggie, and for all of the great ideas that you gave us. And I hope that will inspire some of you guys to, give it a try. What can it hurt? The other day I was working on the gel press, and I haven't done that in a long time. And I did go ahead and finish the cover, but actually what I decided was my mom would look at this and go, why is that so messy? This would not appeal to her, so I'm going to make her another one. But I think I will give that one to my sister. So, just be ready to adjust, and that's kind of life, So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. Happy 4th of July for those who are here in the US. And if you're going on vacation, be safe. And I will be back, and I'll probably pop in. Maybe I'll just, show the grandkids or something. I don't know. But I will be back. And actually, the day I get back, or the day after I get back, we're going to do our release party. So make sure you tune in, because we're going to have chapter 3 coming at you. And then at the end of July, we have another something, which is a surprise, and you guys don't know about, but you are going to love it. So I hope that you will stay tuned and, keep posting in the group, and let's just hang out and do some junk journaling in July. All right. So thanks again for coming, and sorry about the technical issues, but it seemed to work okay. So we'll see you guys, and thanks again to Maggie and Jenny. All right. So see you soon. Bye.
Bye.